Great, and we are live at the MIT Media Lab. I'm Dazza Greenwood, scientist here and the chair for the MIT Legal Forum that is kicking off on October 30th and 31st here at the Media Lab. And I thought we'd take this opportunity to meet one of the keynote speakers and a person leading a workshop, a friend and a colleague, Michael Casey, just to to give you a sense of some of the people that are involved and a little bit of a preview of some of the topics that we'll be addressing. So, Michael, welcome.
Thanks, Dazza. I am thrilled. Looking forward to it. Michael Casey is the name. I'm a senior advisor here at the Digital Currency Initiative, part of the MIT Media Lab, as you know. I am looking forward to delving deep into the many conundrums, legal conundra, right?
Yeah, we have more than one, that's for sure.
Definitely, that are going to arise through the integration of blockchain technology into the global economy. Questions around jurisdictional questions and strange issues about possession and property, who owns your keys at whatever time. I'm also looking forward to showcasing some work we're doing around distributed microgrids and the role that the blockchain can play in the trading of energy amongst what we're calling an energy democracy setting, and what some of the core challenges are in terms of defining the rights and access structure to that particular model. So
right.
Looking forward to it.
It's going to be great. And that just so for people that don't know what any of that meant necessarily, but they might be interested in going to the session. By the microgrid, I think you're referring to this very cool project that you've been pursuing through the Digital Currency Initiative that's looking at what new, almost like ownership and distribution models of like solar grids. Is that what that one
absolutely
is?
So the real issue here is how do we bring true kind of trading capacity to a grid? How do we use how do we bring markets and therefore market signaling to the efficient use of energy if you have everybody both acting as a consumer and a producer of energy, the whole prosumer idea. Right now you have a relationship rather two-dimensional with the public utility, and they set the price and they set the terms, and it's much more of a inefficient model because everybody just sort of produces for their own needs. But if we think about how we could structure a community whereby I can sell my power to anybody or buy it from anybody, and I can also program my devices within the home to respond to these market signals, we think you can extract an enormous amount of more efficiency from that system. So effectively everybody becomes a part of the grid, a producer and a user. And that's what we mean by energy democracy. And we think in that system, we can effectively create a much more viable, sustainable, and fair economic model for energy. That is because in this peer-to-peer environment where everybody is trading back and forth with each other, you can't really put a trusted entity in the middle of it. Who owns the data? Who controls it? You can't put a public utility between me and my neighbor. So how am I going to trust that my neighbor's meter is accurate, for example? Well, we need these sorts of decentralized trust structures to let that happen, and we think the blockchain's a fairly good way to at least start thinking about that.
Right. And so one great thing about being at MIT is we can build, we can engineer, we can test, we can learn and share. And so we will learn.
Well, in this case, we do hope, in fact, we are almost certainly going to set up a little test environment down in the US Virgin Islands, because we've just had these horrible hurricanes going there, obliterating the grid across all these islands. There are people that need power now. We think it's not such a good idea to go down there and build the old fossil fuel centralized dinosaur systems that they've been working on. It's a lot better to head down there, take advantage of this moment, and build back better. Building back better, we think, is an opportunity to sort of really try out these new cutting edge ways of designing an energy economy.
Here. So if you are interested in energy, which is one of the rudiments we have, we've got like now bankruptcy, immigration, sale of goods, like Article 2 of Uniform Commercial Code. We've got mass torts, like class actions. And energy. So if you're interested in energy as a scenario and you understand something about the current energy markets and law and regulation and want to look at when you just add blockchain, what's possible and what are the legal implications, mixture, maybe let it bake at a tropical or a Caribbean sort of subtropical atmosphere for a little while, what's possible. You can help pre-think that. And Michael's workshop will also include the the indomitable Dan Harpel of Context Labs, who's been a great friend of the Media Lab and of future law research. It will help us look at how you can have verifiable data on the blockchain, which is a big part of some of the utility and the metering you were talking about, and also the people from C4 Coin will come and help us look at different next generation ways to encapsulate the unit of value that is a joule or a BTU or however you're looking at the generation of the energy and how that kind of plays out through the system and maybe secondary markets. Good stuff. So don't miss it. Thanks for being such a great supporter of the legal stuff, Michael. And
looking forward to it, Deza.
Can't wait. Till then.
Bye-bye.